You know, in NLP, right, we always talk about letting the student explore, because when the student explore, they develop problem-solving skills, critical thinking, inventive thinking, right? But the problem is, a lot of students don't even dare to explore. A lot of students are worried that, wow, they try this method, they try that method, then their friends laugh at them, teachers laugh at, say it's wrong. How do you encourage and how do you convince everybody in the class to dare to or to want to explore?
When they are scared to explore, right? It usually happens when they have developed an idea of self-awareness. If you ask, like my boys who are 5 and 7, you got them to explore, they will do it. Because they don't have self-awareness, and especially they also in an environment where the kids don't make fun of each other. They don't have this idea that they will be judged. But as the kids grow up and become P4, P5, P6, Sec 1, Sec 2, right? That's where they grow this self-awareness, and they're afraid that people will judge them, and hence the exploration will be limited to, okay, what the teacher asked me to do, then I will just do it, right? And they won't be judged because it's what teacher asked me to do, right? And then this builds this environment where the students will just wait for teachers' instructions to do it. And why I am a strong proponent of nonlinear pedagogy, right, is fundamentally the idea is everybody is individual, and we want them to develop an individualized, efficient movement. So when you think about it in that way already, right, we are already putting the emphasis on an individual. The individual is he or she, the way he will strike a ball will be very different from myself. And with the idea, right, if your kids are 40, then that means all 40 will probably hit the ball or strike the ball or use a racket to hit the shuttlecock in a different way. If you understand that, then your classroom environment philosophically, right, will want to encourage that kind of behavior, that kind of individual behavior.
So must believe in it first.
So you believe in it. How would a teacher who has embraced nonlinear pedagogy might teach, right? The words they might use is like, okay, class, you all try this. This is what works for me. You all go and try it, okay? Try it, and then you tell me whether this works for you. Okay, then after you go around, you praising people. Okay, that's a very good attempt. See, you are able to shoot the ball and then you're able to score. That's quite different from how I showed it, right? That's quite different from how I showed it. And then the kids will be quite encouraged to try to explore and then to develop their own way of doing things. And then if the kid is not, I mean, sometimes we are very tied to the learning outcome that we're going to be teaching, right? Especially at P1, P2, P3, where it's all FMS related, where when they will have to strike a ball, for example, when they need to strike a ball, they must use the instep to kick, right? But the student keep showing it using toe poke, keep hitting the toe poke or hitting the side foot. What will you say to the class? If I am a person who is very linear in my approach, the things I will say that, Francis, I tell you already, that's not the way the teacher showed you, right? You should use your instep to kick. That is wrong.
Stress.
Then if you imagine you're a kid, right? Every time you toe poke or you side foot, you keep scoring, 10 out of 10 you keep scoring, and then teacher say, Francis, what did teacher say? What did Mr. Karthik say? You must use your instep to kick. That is not the right way to do it. Then you feel discouraged. Then you feel that why when I use my toe to kick and I score, it is wrong. We all know, right, when we become more skillful, it is better when you have many different ways of scoring a goal. Sometimes when you want to score a goal, kicking using the toe poke might be the most efficient way to score at the moment. So there's actually no wrong way of doing it. But yet you build this environment where you're telling the kid that, actually it's wrong. So if I switch my frame, I see it from a non-linear pedagogy angle, right? The things that I will tell him is that, good, wow, 10 out of 10 you are able to use a toe poke to shoot. But now, because you're so near, the accuracy is not so important, because if you're very near, the toe poke will always work. can you shoot from further? Can you shoot with a goalkeeper? Then suddenly the toe poke won't be so efficient. Then after he want to try to use the instep. You're very good, you're an expert at toe poke. That's your strength. That means any goal that is within the goalpost, right? Maybe within 10 meters you're able to score one. But let's try a bit further. Let's try with a goalkeeper. Then you can see him make meaning out of using the instep to shoot, and then he will try to practice that lah. So there's no wrong way of doing it. There's only the context is different. Sometimes the context calls for different type of skills to emerge, and hence you encourage that type of behavior lah.
I think if maybe for a start, when students are not used to this, they may feel a bit awkward. But if you strongly believe in it and you keep doing it, after some time the student will, actually exploring myself is quite good. Actually, I have the ability to explore. I could come up with my own idea. Then they will start to think more. Then they will start to be really think about it after a lesson. Then I think they will improve a lot faster.
Yeah.